by achieving. It's everything they just lost, so it's time to pull on your gun, pull on your knife, give praises to the boss. A clean heart and a clear conscience. It's war and violence. It really don't make sense. Keep a clean heart. Make sure your conscience free. Your good in words and deeds. Then you could jump and spree. You got to be good in all that you're doing. Keep God in your heart day by day. You can't sit down every day skylacking, and we can expect to get paid. Some fellas go on no hard-earned money. They only intend to rob and shoot. And them is because if you hear them saying police fighting down the ghetto youth, boy, I just try to put on the TV the way how this country confused. Because I know every day you're sure to hear for 5-6 murders on the news. They tell me things will be getting better, and things only getting worse. And the way how I see things going right now, like this country blessed with a curse, a clean heart and a clear conscience. It's war and violence. It really don't make sense. Keep a clean heart. Make sure your conscience free. You're good in words and deeds. Then you could jump and spree. Keep a clean heart and a clear conscience. It's war and violence. It really don't make sense. Keep a clean heart. Make sure your conscience free. You're good in words and deeds. Then you could jump and spree. Keep a clean heart.
Yes. Grand risings to one and all of the Galaxy family. How can this now? Why are you doing this to me? Hold on, just a second. Yes, welcome one and all to the Galaxy family. What you know? I'll do it. Brother T.
Greetings, brother Aston.
Listen, I'm just starting my show, you know.
Listen, let me ask you something. Yesterday on the Black Fathers, you played it.
Yes.
And all the others.
Yeah.
And the football teams that have made money out of, that have been built on slavery.
Yeah.
Do you have that clip that you can send me?
I'll send it to you already. It's in the WhatsApp.
It's in the WhatsApp.
It's in your WhatsApp.
I love you, brother Aston.
All right, then bless up, brother man.
I'm a blessed, sure.
All right, then bless up, man. There you go. Right. Actually, I intend to share that clip again today, because there's so many of us who don't realize how deep this thing run. You know, some of us do not realize how deep this thing run. Right. When I say that there are some heartless people out here, sir. Right. We are the ones who are the, how could I put it? Sure, I'm just gonna put it to you, yeah. Right. We're the ones who have been
facts
holding them up for so long.
Seriously about THIS underscore.
Right. They've been holding up for so long, right? And we don't even realize how deep entrenched in the mire, in the caca, that we really are. We don't even realize, you know, right? Some of us, well, I say, most of us don't even realize. And even to the extent of that, we still sing the praises of them in a mass. We do it en masse. And even when they are blatantly coming to you, to your face, and showing you the deprivation that they have done, and they're just taking the proverbial out of you. Yeah? And there's nothing that you are doing productively to stop it. There's nothing that you are doing productively to stop it. We as an individual, we may know of, we may take our own individual action. There are those who are there in the influence now, persons of influence, that they have the world stage for them, laid out in front of them. And they are standing up and they are putting themselves out there. Once they put themselves out there, then they are their target. They're their target for the abuse, propaganda, right? Let your results be your word. Let your results be the thing that people look at and say, you know something? There I see a future. There I see progress. There I see the way how, even when I leave from this plane, that there is an actual light at the end of the tunnel. Before I came out this morning, there's many of you who have seen and been watching as well, right? That they have been advertising, promoting programs of people running around naked, programs emphasizing on exposure, bodily exposure, right? There was a sister, I won't call her sister. There was a black woman, a black woman there, right? She had all the trappings of a black woman. I say trappings, right? Personally, I feel that it was an insult that this woman come on the television, and then she what? Watch her. Sorry. She just it's embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing. But she's saying, right? Hold on, let me get this one right. Let me get this one right, right? Because it wasn't only on one channel, right? It was on every channel at the same time, bombarding the deprivation of sexual morality. I don't care how them put it. Me not care how them put it, right? Let me just catch it, because I had to pick up my phone and I had to film this.
Bodies come in different shapes and sizes, and everyone's not asymmetrical. We don't all look the same. It's really important.
But why do they have to be completely naked for that? Why couldn't this be in maybe their underpants? Why do they have to get your genitalia out?
Because it's genitalia. Those are the areas that are going to differ from.
And watch out, she has smile, you see?
Think that all boobs look one way,
like nothing.
What they've seen when
it's perfectly normal.
They're all going to look like the Barbie doll. Then they're going to, without showing that to them, how they're going to know. It's not about sexualizing these things,
Lot of rubbish.
Really? Teaching them,
really?
In, sex ed. It's the only time we talk about those parts of their bodies. How they're ever going to know that, for other purposes, they're totally normal.
It's interesting. What's it? Is there anything wrong with that?
Pedophilia, right? That's so.
Drawings, doesn't it?
What the fuck is this?
That are based on.
Sorry, I had to.
Look like a doll, essentially. What's wrong with seeing the reality of the human body?
Well, not everybody is prepared and ready.
And this is a Muslim woman who's speaking.
Right, that's so. Look,
they talk about groups. They're not necessarily all in the same spectrum to actually understand this and be ready and prepared. The psychological processing in the brain.
You see that? And of course, along with the sexuality, there's the other side where they are pushing the religious concepts of the Asian invasion. I'm gonna call it like that. They are pushing the concepts of the Asian invasion, right? And yes, the obviously the TV They've gone through their process of saying, yes, this would be good television to be putting out, right? And these are involving children. And when I say children, I'm talking about, the children, they look about between 14, 16, 17, them type of age there, right? I know, say, like a lot of young girls and young women, they're in that puberty stage of where they're only just getting to know about themselves, right? They're developing into adults themselves, and then to be exposed into the pedophilic type grooming process, which is saying, oh, it's okay to be comfortable with a naked person in the room. You don't even allow the child to even grow and mature in its own way. To learn how to be comfortable with themselves before you thrust them into this is normal. And the black woman is sitting down there with the boar nose. You know the boar nose? The one with the little thing that drop out them nose, right? And then obviously she's sitting there with her, a black woman, right? And she's sitting there with the African print top on to ensure that, yes, I am very comfortable being who I am. And now I'm going to say, and I do not have any evidence behind this right at this stage, but I question her form of sexuality, mainly of the way how she was adamant that there was nothing wrong with people exposing their bodies towards children. Remember not too long ago, they were showing men who were dressing up in sexually provocative outfits, right, that were meant for women, and they're dressed as women, so they're drag queens, as they call them, right? And then they would go into schools to perform in front of the children, the little children, right? Of 6 years old, or probably a little bit older, whatever. Yeah? And they say, this is normal, it's okay. You should accept this. And a child cannot differentiate between the rights and the wrongs. The rights and the wrongs. All it is going to be a confusion. So a child would just say, yeah, well, this person was dressed up in these clothes, and they were carry on like that. They were doing gymnastics in front of them. Yeah? But it's already imprinted into their mind. That man and man can be behaving in that manner, and it's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. And we're not innocent either. We're not innocent either. Right? We're not innocent either, because when we're there and we're at a function, where's the dignity? We're at a function. It could be a funeral reception, and then it all of a sudden it will change into a full-on party vibe. Total disregard to whosever funeral it was, and then it turns into one of them scenes. It turns into one of those scenes of where I don't know if you've ever seen the movie, but I presume they will play it over the next few days. But in the 10 Commandments, when everybody are ride up on the bull, when they ride the bull, yeah, right, and they're cavorting with each other. In other words, taking part in a massive orgy. Yeah. If they want to bring it to you, I'll bring the conversation to you. That's no problem for me, you know. That's no problem for me. Right? And then like we have them diaper dance there where those type of thing are going. Right? Turning up to a place where you're supposed to be showing respect for. And you come in there like you'll go up on stage to go and entice people. Yeah? And then you want to go rub up your stink butt tip on somebody too. Huh? Right? Like this is the way how I want you to come and sex me. Like you ever see when chimpanzee and baboon them ready to go mate, they go push up themselves pan each other so. This is what they're saying. So when you get them pedophile type behavior there now, and then all of a sudden, curiosity of a young child will be brought into question. Did the child know what they were doing while they were engaging in these acts with this teacher or with this person that they met outside the school? Did they know? Did they know? Did they understand what they were doing? Let's talk to the child. Let's talk to the child by themselves and let's ascertain if they have an understanding of what exactly was happening to them. So you want to traumatize them even more so that they can reenact it and imprint it even harder into their mind of they were involved and they were being abused. They were being abused by what? First of all, the system, the media, and then by a person that has no interest in them, because what they want to do, they want to turn them into their non-productive lifestyle. Them saying that yes, we it's okay, you can consent. Yeah, with them pedophilia type behavior. That's all. No. But then again, they're saying that it is perfectly normal. And that's what they want to come and say, that we should be participating in with no questions asked. Why I ask question for? That is what people want to do. They are free to do what they want to do. Yeah? What type of foolishness is that? I tell you some of the things what's going on, right? And the thing is that these are not unusual. Them type of behavior there is not unusual. It's been going on a very, very, very long time. Some of you need to open your eye and understand what going on. You need to open your eye and see what going on. Straight. Coming out, my brother. Coming out, man. Sure. Because like when I'm hearing things like this, my blood is boiling. My blood is boiling because I'm just there. And yes, I had to. Stop it. Stop and just record television on this. I couldn't get away from it. One channel after the next.
If you don't know where you're coming from, your past you can't remember, then you're heading for destruction. The past is the pillar for the future. So if you don't have that foundation, not far is disaster. When you could work hard, very hard to earn your money, all of a sudden
Is the only member of the human race who has been
the roots that I learned in my past, the youth today have none. A teacher was read by a youth in class. Oh my goodness, them you said, gone, said gone. No respect for nobody.
Important historical facts. Underscore think seriously about THIS underscore. The black African, the wretched of the earth, is the only member of the human race who has been brainwashed to think that his ancestors bequeathed him with a curse that has prevented him from attaining aspired goals and life desires. Almost every misfortune he encounters on earth is the fault of some ancestors, who must be bound and cast with the fire of the Holy Ghost in the name of Jesus. The white people don't have terrible ancestors who have done terrible things. No. It's only the black ancestor. Over the years, the black ancestor has been so vilified by Christians they pay tithes, stay up all night, fast and pray to destroy the African ancestor in the name of Jesus. The black ancestor is so wicked he cursed his own kids. Having cursed his ancestor who gave him life, the black man is roaming around the world like a tortoise without a shell. He has no backbone. Zero identity. Thus no race respects him. He's lynched in Malaysia, incarcerated in Cambodia. He's shot like a dog in the streets of America. In Europe, he cleans the white man's shit. And they spit on him. Why won't they? A man who hates himself and despises his roots deserves no respect whatsoever. John Hawkins was a foremost English slave trader, a thief, and by contemporary moral standards he can as well be called a terrorist. John Hawkins made 3 trips to West Africa in the 1560s, and stole Africans whom he sold to the Spanish in America. On returning to England after the first trip, his profit was so handsome that Queen Elizabeth I became interested in directly participating in his next venture, and she provided for that purpose a ship named Jesus. Hawkins left with Jesus to steal some more Africans, and he returned to England with such dividends that Queen Elizabeth made him a knight. Hawkins chose as his coat of arms the representation of an African in chains. Today the generations of Hawkins and Queen Elizabeth I are alive, and enjoying life from the proceeds of their evil ancestors. They don't demonize their ancestors despite their active involvement in the greatest evil humanity has ever witnessed. Both individuals sanction rape, kidnapping and mass murder, but their children don't bear ancestral curses like black Africans. You'd be hard-pressed to see a member of the British elite publicly denounce slavery. Isn't it time to emancipate yourself from mental slavery, O ye Negro? If ancestral curse exists, who should suffer from it? The ancestor who kidnapped and raped and murdered and pillaged and stole and enslaved his fellow man, or the man whose freedom was taken from him? Surely, the man who threw pregnant Negro women to sharks at sea because they were too weak, deserves his future generations to suffer, and not the man whose society was so pure they had no prisons to punish offenders. Do these black Africans who will go to church today binding and casting ancestral curses, know that almost all the top British politicians from the 17th century till the 19th century were proud slave merchants? It is on record that 15 Lord Mayors of London, 25 sheriffs, and 38 aldermen of the City of London were shareholders in the Royal Africa Company, RAC, between 1660 to 1690. The RAC alone was responsible for trafficking over 1.5 million Negroes to Britain and twice that number to the Caribbean. David and Alexander Barclays were active participants in the kidnapping and enslavement of millions of black Africans. As was standard practice at the time, the risky and long-term nature of transatlantic slave trading required new banking houses that could offer credits to prospective slave traders for periods of between 1.5 to 3 years. One bank that provided this service was run by Alexander and David Barclay. Their bank still carries their name. The Barclays Bank is also a proud sponsor of the English Premier League that me and you are fanatical fans of Chelsea and Arsenal and Man United today. Their children don't bind and cast their ancestral evil, rather it is the Negro whose ancestors were dehumanized and tortured and enslaved, that keeps praying against ancestral curses. The bank that provided this service was run by Alexander and David Barclay. Their bank still carries their name. The Barclays Bank is also a proud sponsor of the English Premier League that me and you are fanatical fans of Chelsea and Arsenal and Man United today. Their children don't bind and cast their ancestral evil, rather it is the Negro whose ancestors were dehumanized and tortured and enslaved, that keeps praying against ancestral curses. The Bank of England was also involved in the slave trade. Sir Richard Neves, who was the director of the bank for 48 years, was also the chairman of the Society of West India Merchants. A group of vile men who stole Africans and made handsome profits by selling them on to farmers who needed them to work in their sugar and tobacco plantations in the West Indies. Today Liverpool Football Club will be playing Tottenham Hotspur in the Barclays Premier League. Pay attention. How many of you who are Liverpool supporters today know that the initial founders of that football club were retired slave traders, whom in 1892, with slavery outlawed, decided to invest their money in a football club that will reap future rewards for their generations to come via a bank called Arthur Haywood and Sons and Company. That bank would be absorbed in turn by the Bank of Liverpool, Martin's Bank and Barclays Bank. You watch them and shout in ecstasy when they score. But a pastor somewhere will tell you the reason you're poor is because your ancestors committed evil, hence the reason you experience ill luck. And you will believe and start casting and binding rubbish. For your information, Liverpool was a major port for the transatlantic slave trade. Slave ships were often built or repaired in Liverpool. Nearly 1.5 million Africans were forcibly transported across the Atlantic in Liverpool ships. The Liverpool Merchant was the first recorded slave ship to sail from Liverpool. She set sail on October 3, 1699, and arrived in Barbados on September 18, 1700 with a cargo of 220 enslaved Africans. Part owner Sir Thomas Johnson is known as the founder of modern Liverpool. Liverpool City wouldn't be what it is today without the trade in black Africans. The personal and civic wealth gained from slaving cemented the foundations for the Liverpool's future growth. The children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren of the perpetrators of this monstrosity against the black man enjoy heaven here on earth, and live in more stable environment. They have managed to stabilize their society and solve their problem and live in relative peace. But the Negro ancestors, the wretched of the earth, who was kidnapped and his freedom forcefully taken away from him, he was sentenced to a plantation for the rest of his life. It is this ancestor and many others who is demonized by Christians as having bequeathed their offsprings with curses. This is a historical fact our African brothers and sisters should be aware of. Africans unite, shooting star.
There is no need for us to be putting our children into those positions of vulnerability. This is the type of society that we have allowed to evolve and is still evolving. This is the type of thing. We stand strong in ourselves by our moral standards, our moral principles. This is why we have those words of guidance that we talk to ourselves so that we can put those words into our subconscious so that we behave instinctively in a balanced manner, in a balanced way. We put those words into our words of power. We put our words of power into our subconscious. We work at ourselves constantly and consistently every day. Every day we work at ourselves. There is no letting up because they are not letting up the battle to us either. So therefore, we should not let the battle up to them. If they want to come and try to undermine you and your moral standards, we need to stand up and defend that. Defend it 100% of the way. There's no two ways about this. There's no, oh, we can see how things go. No, we don't see how things go. Do not bring them type of behavior around me. In fact, I make it very easy for you. I remove myself from where you there. And whoever wants to stay with you, stay with you. Simple as that. Because you know, say, there are going to be many who will say, oh, I think that you're wrong. I think that you're going a bit too hard on them. No. They're too damn rude to bring them type of rubbish in around me. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Hell no. Hell no. Them pedophile type behavior, they say, get out of here. Get out of here. Not interested in your foolishness. Go ahead. Go ahead. No way will I be participating in any of them type of behavior. They say, get out of here. Them type of things don't exist in my realm. Yeah? And if it sounds harsh, you need to go check yourself too. You need to check yourself. Because as far as I'm concerned, that is a standard. That is a standard to be set. And if you feel say that that standard is below you or anybody else around you, then you need to check yourself again and who is around you. Yeah? And remind them of who you are and where you stand and what level you operate at all times. No compromising. No compromising. No, oh, let's just take it easy on them. No, we do not. No. Don't want them talk around me. Don't want them behavior around me in any way whatsoever. Are you crazy? No way. No way at all. Sickness of one, that's a boy. At the top of the hour, we'll be going into our midday meditations. Let me just cool down myself, yeah? Let me just cool down myself.
Why do they savage and ravage each other so much? Why don't they hear about the babies they're killing? And when it's done, they put religion in front. But it's just a problem with the evil mind. No, there ain't no excuses for taking life. You'll never make it free. The way you wanna be. Answer me. Can you see all the tears and the times we're leaving me? Oh yes, you would have to be blind not to see what's happening. Oh, no, no, there ain't no excuses for taking life. This is the reality. This is the reality. To bring about sobriety. Bring about sobriety. This is the reality. This is the reality. To bring about sobriety. Bring about sobriety. Oh, people. Never get to see people. Never get to see people. What is going on, people? Answer me. Can you see all the tears and the times we're leaving me? Oh yes, you would have to be blind not to see what's happening. Oh, around. Yeah. No, there ain't no excuses for taking life. No, this is the reality. This is the reality. To bring about sobriety. Bring about sobriety. This is the reality. This is the reality. To bring about sobriety. Bring about sobriety. People. Never get to see people. Never get to see people. What is going on, people? Oh, 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 oh,
Can't stop, can't stop, can't stop. Just can't stop right now. Can't stop. And that's the truth. This is our truth, man. This is our truth. If you feel say that you were in the wrong for standing up for our rights, how many of us have How many of us have softened the blow? Because they have not softened the blow, you know. They have not softened the blow. We have to look to our own welfare, our own well-being. We have to stay strong in ourselves, right? This is where we do our empowerment. This is where we do our centering. This is why we come to do what we need to do. This is why we come to do what we need to do. Mainly because if we don't do what we need to do for ourselves right now, they will just walk over us and ensure that we never, ever, ever, ever rise again. They're doing everything. They're doing everything to hold us down and hold us back. Even when we blatantly come to them in their face, point out their wrongs and their wrongdoings, they still choose to ignore us. They ignore us to the extent that we do not exist. They have done nothing wrong. They can do no wrong. They can do no wrong. And it's not say we are beg them, you know. We don't have to be begging them. But at the same time, as much as they ignore you, you need to remove yourself from them and their reliance on them in every way that you can. You're going to have to do that. Once they have an hold on you in one way or another, they will hold you there and they will hold you in that position until every last ounce of life, breath, existence is gone from you. Even now, they want to work you right in. They want God. That is what's going to happen to you. All right, now. Strength and power, strength and power. Peace is my nature. And we seek peace in our future. We're coming to our midday meditation this strong here on the Galaxy of we.net on the Blacknificent Show. A time that we carve out for ourselves. And we do our meditation. So this strong, I want you to take yourself into your personal journey, to do the physical, to do the mental, to do the spiritual check-ins that you need to do. Where are you? Who are you? What are you doing? What are you going to be doing in your future? So I'll ask of you to join us on our midday meditation this strong. And it starts from the power of the breath. The power of the breath is the life-giving force. Your first element of breathing into this realm. The power of your breath. So appreciate your air, which is going in and out of your body. Appreciate. And if you can, focus on that. Focus on the breath and the air as it goes into your body and fills yourself. And how do you feel? You feast on that air by holding it for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and just release it. No need to force it, just to release it. And then you take that amount to breathe in again and hold and feast and allow yourself to go onto your journey into your midday meditation. So without further ado, let's do our power breath.
I learned early, you can always walk away. Never say forever, and your heart will never break. Anyone who fell in love with me, I always find something wrong. Till there was nobody left to blame, and heaven knows I watched love slip through my fingers. Never with you, never this time, never again. I let too many dreams fall by the wayside. Never with you, no, not this time, never again. Sometimes in the morning, I just look at you and I pray. Can't believe these tears of joy rolling down my face when I close my eyes and hold you. There is no doubt I won't let go. I have waited so long for this, and heaven knows I watched love slip through my fingers. Never with you, never this time, never again. I've let too many dreams fall by the wayside. Never with you, no, not this time, never again. Now I go where the river goes. I don't ask where it's taking me. In your arms, there's a power untold. Loneliness is just a memory. I watch love slip through my fingers, yeah. Never with you, never this time, never again. I let too many dreams fall by the wayside. Never with you, no, not this time. Never, never, never again. Oh, never with you, no, not this time. Never again.
Brethren, give thanks and praise my brethren. Jah world creator. Oh yeah, thanks and praise. God give thanks and praise. Give thanks and praise. My brethren, give thanks want to keep style, show I the way to die. Oh, yeah. Yeah, one step, brother. Yeah, one step, brother. Give thanks and praise, my brethren, give thanks and praise. Give thanks and praise, Natty, give thanks and praise. I start with Father looking up from an eye and eye. Oh, Jah, Jah, help I and I. Each day we are calling out your name, get right over. Each day we are calling out your name, Jah, 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 get right over. Give thanks and praise, Daddy, give thanks and praise. Give thanks and praise, give thanks and praise. My baby, give thanks and praise. Give thanks, give thanks. Give thanks, my baby. Give thanks, give thanks. I start with Father looking up from an eye and eye. Oh, Jah, Jah, help I and I. Right now. It's been so long, we are calling out your name. It's been so long, we are calling out your name, Jah, Jah. We want to get over, right over. Dance and praise, Daddy, give thanks and praise. Give thanks and praise, my baby, give thanks and praise. Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks and praise, my brother, give thanks and praise. Give thanks and praise, Daddy, give thanks and praise. Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks and praise, my baby. Give thanks and praise, everyone. Come, 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 come. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Been left that scrutinized to the point where I had to ask who am I? And I remember what they do to Christ. He was nailed to a cross and crucified. Now that the light came to me, I wonder if they're gonna do the same to me. And when the truth hits painfully, that's when you know if you're really who you claim to be. For so long we've been denied, rejected and brutalized. But our children shall win the war. Yes, cause we know who we are. Yes, we're Selassie children. Oh yeah, I listen, Selassie children. I listen, Selassie children. We are Ethiopians by blood. Africa was born in us. Selassie children, Selassie children. I listen, Selassie children. We know who we are. Boy, young boy threw away his comb, so his papa told him find a different home. Never come back, hold your own. Boy, you are Rasta, I wish I never know you. No, rejected for the life he chose. All alone. The stone that the builder man refused. It cornerstone. Soon they will realize that we've been reading between the lines. Remember we foretold the war. Oh, you never forget
we are. Tell them we're still lost children. Still lost children. Daniel in the lion's den. We are Ethiopians by blood. Africa was born in us. Still lost children. Still lost children. Young girl got to face the worst, cause her mother just took a look in her purse. She find a clay cutchy and some holy herbs, and the wise mind up vilely hide the first. Mama say, young girl, you're losing your mind. Did you get these things from Satan? And she said, no, mama, I got the cutchy from Janine and the wise mind from I Nation. Please, mama, don't scrutinize. Take this book and give it a try. Let this herb open up your eyes. Experience the wonders of Rastafari. I listen, lost children. We are. I listen, lost children. We are Ethiopians by blood. Africa was born in us. Africa. I listen, lost children. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I can remember when there was slavery time.
What you want and what you will, working for your dollar bill. Sad to see the old slave mill is grinding slow but grinding still. Walking home a youth gets killed, police free to shoot at will. Sad to see the old slave mill is grinding slow but grinding still. 9 to 5, you know the drill. Weekends are a short thrill. Sad to see the old slave mill is grinding slow but grinding still. Corporal still take until they've had their fill. Sad to see the old slave mill is grinding slow but grinding. Some of us think we're too big, because the system gives us jobs, even though it's just a low-paying gig. Some of us will boast and brag, and those of us who think we're smart, just because we don't have much. It's really not the case at all. It's riches that the flesh can't touch. Some of us won't respect names. Some of us won't respect laws. Some of us don't respect life, even though we worship God. And some of us won't let go faith, no matter what the price may cost. Some of us won't practice hate, because we still believe in love. What you want and what you will, working for a dollar bill. Sad to see the old slave mill is grinding slow but grinding still. Walking home a child gets killed, neighbors free to shoot at will. Hurts to see the old slave mill is grinding slow but grinding still. 9 to 5, we know the drill. Weekend such a short-lived thrill. Sad to see the old slave mill is grinding slow but grinding still. Cup run it over till it's spilled. Take until they've had their fill. Sad to see the old slave mill is grinding slow but grinding. Most of us think we're too good, just because material gain. If we were living as we should, the less of us would be in pain. And those who are misunderstood, they still deserve a voice to claim the things that are still meaningful for each and all of us the same. And some will say the cups are full and give Jah thanks for what we've gained. And some will say there's much more weight to pull, and then we'll tell you that straight up and plain. And some will think outside the box, but some of us will hold our lanes. And some of us rewrite the facts, but some of us are chopped on cane. Boy, what men want and what they will, working for $1 bill. Sad to see the old slave mill is grinding slow but grinding still. Walking home, a child gets killed. Police free to shoot at will. Hurts to see the old slave mill is grinding slow but grinding still. 9 to 5, you know the drill. Weekends are a short-lived thrill. Sad to see the old slave mill is grinding slow but grinding still. Cup run it over till it's spill. Take until they've had their fill. Sad to see the old slave mill is grinding slow but grinding still. It's 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 grinding slow but grinding still.
Don't let it get on top of you now. Don't let it get on top of you. You're in control of your own destiny. Right here, right now. Live here on the Blacknificent Midday Meditation. Set a new line to power. Step it up.
So lonely, though there were so many summers waiting. I'm so glad that this ain't that. You're the only reason I can make it through the long, long day. And that's a fact. Baby, I can't wait to get next to you. Oh, I can't wait to wrap my arms around your body. Baby, I can't help but tell the truth. Oh, it's so hard to wait till no one else is around. Gonna try to keep myself together till I find myself in you. Baby, no. Before they take you back to heaven, gonna find myself in you. No, I hate to keep you waiting, but there are some things that need my attention before I can get back to you. Anticipating, my hands all over your body, baby, you know. I know just what to do. And baby, I can't wait to get next to you. Oh, I can't wait to wrap my arms around your body. Baby, I can't help but tell the truth. Oh, it's so hard to wait till no one else is around. I'm gonna try to keep myself together till I find myself in you. Baby, no. Rastaman, yeah. I'm not dealing with politics, no. They can't buy me out, no. They don't want no politician to mix me up in them fight, no. I'm a conscious Rastaman and I want to keep my life, yeah. Some of my brethren, them are hypocrites, but make them stay, they look licky. Judgment here, Rasta not really partial, yeah. Make them one, I'm a righteous trade. Now you can't get no rights, now you can't get no good food to eat, no. The socialists and capitalists sit down and share the wealth, yeah. Promises and pure promises, but when them fall down like donuts, judgment here, not teacher, not no partial, yeah. Make them scared, I am a conscious Rastaman, yeah. I'm a righteous Rastaman, I don't mix with politics, yeah. I don't mix with politics, yeah. They can't buy me out, no. They don't want no politician to mix me up in them fight, no. I'm a conscious Rastaman and I want to keep my life, yeah. But some of my brethren, them are hypocrites, but make them stay, they look licky. Judgment here, Rasta not when me partial, no. Make them one, cause I'm a conscious Rastaman, yeah. I don't mix with politics, no. I am a righteous Rastaman, yeah. Them can't buy me out, no. I want to keep my life, yeah. I'm a righteous Rastaman, yeah. I don't deal with politics. No want no politician to mix me up in them fight. But when them fall down like ashes, judgment here, not the dread, not go partial.
And the truth is, I don't think that I'll be well. No, and every day I get to wake up next to you, girl. I'm reminded of all the reasons I'm so happy I could get. Oh, screaming out at the top of my lungs, tell the world that I found the one. Whoa, my baby's hotter than the golden sun. You make my heart beat like a bass drum. Listen to me now. I've been touched by an angel. And you're what heaven is made of. Can't see your wings or a halo. Save my life, so you gotta be a miracle. of my problems, I'm in paradise. I'm alright as long as you are by my side. Oh, you're my best friend, my lover, my rock. Wanna climb to the highest mountain top and profess my love for you whenever down. Oh, scream it out at the top of my lungs, 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 lungs. Tell the world that I found the one. Oh, my baby's hotter than the golden sun, 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 sun. You make my heart beat like a bass drum, 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 drum. Listen to me now. Oh, I've been touched by an angel. And oh, you're what heaven is made of. Can't see your wings or a halo. Save my life, so you gotta be a miracle. Oh, I've been touched by an angel. So you're my angel, guardian angel. And I owe my life to you. You're my angel, guardian angel. And I owe.
You make me feel so natural. Look now on the morning rain. I used to feel so uninspired when I had to face another day. Lord, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, I felt someone kind, but you're the key to my peace of mind. You made me feel, you made me feel, you made me feel like a natural woman. You made me feel, you made me feel, you made me feel like a natural woman. When my soul was in a lost and found, you came along to change.
They say everything can be replaced. They say everything's yeah. But I remember everything of every man who needed. I see the light come shine, yes, now. From the west down to the east, yeah. Any day now, and every way now, I shall believe. They say every man needs protection. They say every man was born, yeah. But I swear I see my reflection somewhere so right above the wall. Yeah, I see the light come shining They say every man needs protection. They say every man was born. Yeah. But I swear I've seen my reflection. So we're so high above the wall. Yeah, and I see the light come shining from the west down to
Yes, as we reach the top of our midday meditation this strong, we just have one more entrance. Woman Mice. As we come in, so we shall go out again.
Never say forever, and your heart will never break. Anyone who fell in love with me, I always find something wrong. Till there was nobody left to blame, and heaven knows I watched love slip through my fingers. Never with you, never this time, never again. I let too many dreams fall by the wayside. Never with you, no, not this time, never again. Sometimes in the morning, I just look at you and I pray. Can't believe these tears of joy rolling down my face when I close my eyes and hold you. There is no doubt I won't let go. I have waited so long for this, and heaven knows I watched love slip through my fingers. Never with you, never this time, never again. I've let too many dreams fall by the wayside. Never with you, no, not this time, never again. Now I go where the river goes. I don't ask where it's taking me. It's your arms that's the power untold. I've had some hills to climb. Oh, I've had some weary days. I've had some good days. I've had some hills to climb. Oh, I've had some weary days. Yeah, some sleepless nights. But when I look around, and I think things over, all of my good days.
I'll wait my bad days. Oh, I won't complain. Sometimes the clouds hang. Thank you, Jesus. I can hardly see the road, but I ask a question, Lord. Why must pain, but you see God knows what's best for me. Yeah. He knows the best for me. So instead of complaining, I just say, thank you, Lord. Just say, thank you, Lord. I'm in the right state of mind. Thank you, Lord. I got clothes on my back. Thank you, Lord. I got shoes on my feet. Thank you, Lord. I got a roof over my head. Thank you, Lord. I thank you for my mama. I thank you for my daddy. Thank you for my brother. Thank you for my sister. Thank you, Lord. God's been real good to me. Yeah. He's been real good to me. Can I let you know, mother, this sort of world, all you could ever be. Been so good, been so good, been so good, been so good, been so good to me. Tried all of my tears away.
Yeah. That's what it's about.
So instead of complaining, I'll just say, thank you, Lord.
That's why I did true.
Thank you, Lord.
Wait, I tell you. Let's move into our next segment here on the Blacknificent Show here on the galaxyforwe.net. We are moving into our ancestral voices. Many, an acknowledgement to all of those who have been on the journey, who are on the journey, those who have been coming and offering help and assistance in every way and any way that they can, right? So that people can actually be here to help, to assist, to ensure, so that we are the ones who can be there for each other. There's one person's journey here that I would like to share with you this strong. Right? And the thing is that everywhere that you're seeing right now, it's been highlighted, the amount of stress that we are experiencing, the amount of not only stress, but the results of that as well. The results of the stress that we are actually experiencing. Some have even taken the act of ending their lives. And I say to you, I want you
depression
to come right through. So
divorce,
let's just share this.
Debt, devastation, deadbeat, despair. There is a Black male mental health struggle. I became a therapist in therapy. The unsustainability of Black male trauma, Black male rage, Black male resentment is a real thing, an unsustainable thing. So what's the struggle? 1 in 4 psychologists are Black. And when I say black, I mean that includes black men and black women. According to the American Psychological Association, 4% psychologists worldwide, in this country, are black. For every 100,000 black Americans, only one black psychiatrist. 7% of black men received any form of mental health services in the last couple years. Right? Black youth, particularly black boys, are introduced with the struggle of mental health at a very early age. It's treated in elementary school by suspension or special education referrals. What's the black struggle? That's it. The inadequacy of practitioners who look like black men, who have a unique experience with mental health. Right? What does that mean for all of us? The current mental health industry does not sustain black male trauma, black age, black male resentment, which means we have to look at the factors that are uniquely attributed. What makes me qualified to talk about black male mental health struggle? Well, beyond the obvious of being a black male, I crashed in 2008, the year the mortgage industry crashed, the real estate market, right? That same year, my mother informed me she had stage 4 cancer. In 2009, I became a father for the 4th time. But this time was unique because the child was already 21 years old, which means right before my 17th birthday, I had a child. In 2010, my mother ended up passing away from cancer. Moved her from Chicago to Georgia before the diagnosis to live out her golden years under the sun of the South, to work with me and for me. She ended up passing. In 2011, I went to what I now label as a very eventful divorce.